since we were talking about Twitter, Elon Musk had what I think a few harsh words that I wish he didn't say. So let me ask, uh, in the hope in the name of camaraderie, what do you think Elon is doing well with Twitter? And what, as a person who has run for a long time, you social networks, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, what can he do better? What can he improve on that text-based social network?
Gosh, it's always very difficult to offer specific critiques from the outside before you get into this, because I think one thing that I've learned is that everyone has opinions on what you should do, and like running the company, you see a lot of specific nuances on things that are not apparent externally. And um, I often think that some of the discourse around us could be better if there was more kind of space for acknowledging that there's certain things that we're seeing internally that guide what we're doing.
Sure.
Um, but I don't know. I mean, 'cause since you asked what is going well, um, I do think that Elon led a push early on to make Twitter a lot leaner, and um, and I think that it's like you can agree or disagree with exactly all the tactics and how he did that. Obviously, you know every leader has their own style for if you need to make dramatic changes for that, how you're going to execute it. Um, but a lot of the specific principles that he pushed on, um, around basically trying to make the organization more technical, around decreasing the distance between engineers at the company and him, like fewer layers of management. Um, I think that those were generally good changes, and I also think that it was probably good for the industry that he made those changes, because my sense is that there were a lot of other people who thought that those were good changes, but who may have been a little shy about doing them. And I think and just in my conversations with other founders, and how people have reacted to the things that we've done, what I've heard from a lot of folks is just, hey, when someone like when I wrote the letter outlining the organizational changes that I wanted to make, back in March, and when people see what Elon is doing, I think that gives people the ability to think through how to shape their organizations in a way that hopefully can be good for the industry and make all these companies more productive over time. So I think that was one where I think he was quite ahead of a bunch of the other companies on, and what he was doing there. And again, from the outside, very hard to know. It's like, okay, did he cut too much? Did he not cut enough? Whatever. I don't think it's like my place to opine on that. And you asked for a positive framing of the question of what do I admire, or what do I think it went well. But I think that, like, certainly his actions um, led me, and I think a lot of other folks in the industry, to think about, hey, are we kind of doing this as much as we should? Like, can we is it, like, could we make our companies better by pushing on some of these same principles?
Well, the two of you are on the top of the world in terms of leading the development of tech, and I wish there was more both way camaraderie and kindness, more love in the world, because love is the answer.